Hello and welcome to today's video. We're not doing too long of a video today, simply because I've had a busy weekend doing various bits and pieces. I just noticed that that's actually started flickering. Let's try and put that back to 180, 190, 150. There you go. So at the moment this is displaying that, which is a Betamax copy of Ultravox the Collection, and that is currently playing through my SLHF950 Super Beta Hi-Fi, and it's being displayed on the new bedroom set, which is my much loved BeoVision 8902. So a little bit about the BeoVision. I'll just up the ISO so you can see a little bit more. That might actually make that too bright. But this BeoVision 8902 is a 1986 model, so it is actually one of the last of the 89, 55, 88 and 77 series of sets using the A56 540X tube, and indeed the other sets use the A56 and A51 540X respectively. The A51 in the 5500 series is actually a very rare usage of the 30AX or 540X series of tubes. It's very unusual to find a 110 degree 20-inch set, but Bang & Olufsen and a couple of other manufacturers did use that particular tube to good effect. So at the moment the setup that we have is we've got the 8902 as effectively my monitor set. We have this JVC HR7655 clone. In this instance, it is an ITT3984, which is pretty much identical to the Ferguson 3V32 that I have on my title and end sequence videos. It's pretty much the same deck, different fascia, and different button positions. So the JVC versions have, or seem to have, a different front circuit board panel to the third-party versions. Below that I've just got this Daewoo DVD HDD Recorder, which I'm quite literally using as an input device. So that is feeding the set via RGB, so using a SCART RGB connection. And going into the front panel, I've got the ITT, and going into the second SCART panel at the rear of the deck, I have the SLHF950, which is this rather glorious beast here. Some rather cool features of this deck, well, everything, to be perfectly honest with you. It's the only UK Betamax deck to use a SCART socket, and if I'm correct, I think it was the last UK deck that was issued in around the same time that Bang & Olufsen was produced, in around 1986-87. Has a very unique loading facility, which allows you to view the cassette whilst the cassette is playing. When you press eject, this actually comes up and ejects the cassette, but you can also, if you want to know what is on the cassette or how far the cassette has actually gone or how much is left on the cassette visually, you can use this. Another unique feature is the fact that it uses a real-time counter, which you didn't get to see on VHS decks until later. It has Beta Hi-Fi, so it's using the Hi-Fi sound. On a Betamax, it uses something called depth multiplexing. So the Hi-Fi sound is recorded at an FM frequency far higher than the two picture frequencies, which are 685 kHz and 682 kHz respectively. So using depth multiplexing, it can record the audio signal in the same space as the picture signal without interfering with the two of them. There are various trick functions on this deck, so there's obviously pause, which if I hit pause, doesn't actually pause it, so I didn't press it hard enough. If I hit pause, pause doesn't work for some reason. Stop works, play works, and oh, that's why. So if I hit still up the top, that's still. There is a bit of noise because it is only a 2 video head machine, but it also supports 1/10 speed, 1/5 or half speed, normal 1 times speed, 2 times, which is a little bit noisy, and I think that's 9 times, which is reasonable. That's sort of almost like the equivalent to fast forward. And there is also the ability to play in reverse as well. Now, the nice thing about this deck is because it uses direct drive, so it uses motors for every single operation, you have near instantaneous trick functions, pause, play, etc. Under this flap there are a series of professional editing facility options. I think also the timer is under there as well, and there's other options to sort of turn on the VU meters, which don't work on this. I think it might be a dirty switch, so I just need to get some what's it called, deoxit onto that, which is switches in there. Just need to get some deoxit onto that and sort that out. But this is really the ultimate Betamax deck that you could get for the UK market. NTSC regions such as the United States and Japan had machines which surpassed this in every way, but for the UK market this was as good as it got, and as good as it got was still pretty damn good, to be honest with you. It does pair rather well, I must say, with the Bang & Olufsen. That is a little bit washed out at the moment, so I'll just drop that down to a more reasonable level. And as you can see, it does produce a pretty good account for itself. So I'll just give you some of those trick functions. So we have still. Now we do have the ability to adjust some of these. So we've got the slow tracking, normal tracking. So slow tracking, that won't do anything at the moment. If I stick this on to ×2, I can possibly stop the rolling, or not, as the case may be. But it's okay, it's not perfect, but it's an old machine now, so it's probably not performing quite up to its best. The fact that it does it is still pretty cool. 9 times speed, which is obviously that. And you also have the ability to reverse direction, so I can reverse 1 times. Reverse 2 times. Actually works better in reverse, funnily enough. That's rather odd. But it does work better in reverse than it does going forward. Also got 110. And that actually does work a lot better in reverse. And half speed. Again, pretty good in reverse. And actually pretty good going forward. That's going forward now. If I do 2 speed going forward, still a bit of noise. 9 speed is reasonable. Back to play. And there we go. It's actually working. Yeah, it's actually working very nicely. So something else on these is there is a display feature. So if I hit display, that tells you how much of the tape has been played. So that's quite a unique feature, the on-screen display for a Betamax deck, that is. That was probably used more for editing rather than actually in everyday use. What else is there? Yeah, there are just a series of editing controls after that, and I think also there's the clock setting, timer settings as well. So yeah, there is a lot going on in there, which is very interesting and really sort of belies the semi-pro nature of this particular deck. But there we go, that is the bedroom setup. I'll just hit stop on the Betamax. I'll just switch inputs on the DVD player, so I can go AV front, which is going to be the VHS deck, and I'll use my Ferguson branded JVC remote and hit play. And that's the VHS deck doing what it should do. And then obviously you've got pause, play, rewind, and stop. And obviously I've got the facility to play DVDs as well, which give a really good account of themselves on this particular set because it's able to utilise full RGB. So let me find a DVD that is fairly modern or fairly recent. Or shall I use one that's from the 80s? Let's use a film. So, oh yeah, I need to service that. So the belt is a bit sticky. It's slipping a little bit. So it finds the DVD. There we go. And it's now playing the DVD, obviously. Volume's down at the moment, so I don't hit a content strike or anything like that. But I mean, as you can see, the picture is pretty good. So this is, depending on the quality of the DVD itself, this is pretty much the best quality picture you could get out of this particular set. And it's given a pretty darn good account of itself, in all honesty. Let's see if I can skip menus on this. So let's do title. Oh no, it has to play the annoying things first. Let's try, no, menu, that's not that menu. Let's see if we can, next, there we are. And then that should give us, hopefully, our menu. Or is it another trailer? Cool, there we go. Obviously got the various controls up here. I do have the Mars bar somewhere. I think it's in the garage at the moment, so I'll have to grab that out. As you can tell, just from the quick sample of sound, doesn't really catch it on the microphone, but it is superb. It's certainly the best quality sound I've managed to hear on a standard CRT set. But you are using pretty much a hi-fi grade amplifier and hi-fi grade speakers in the set as well, so it really is giving a superb account of itself. And there we go, that is a quick rundown of the setup that I've got here in the bedroom. Anyway, if you found this interesting, don't forget to hit the like button, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you again soon. Take care, thanks for watching.